morning, student. Today we start the last topic from our chapter number 2, human system, and the topic name is the endocrine system. Okay, so endocrine system includes endocrine glands and the secretions called hormones, and the hormones are what are hormones? These are the chemical messengers of the body that transfers information from the cell to cell. Okay, the glands that pour their secretion directly into blood are called endocrine glands, and endocrine glands are also known as ductless glands as they do not have any ducts. Okay, and the secretion they are target through the blood directly means whenever this endocrine gland they just secrete their or just pour their secretion to the blood directly, so it is a very fast process, while in the exocrine glands the process may be very much slower, because firstly they are just duct glands, and first they pour their secretion in the duct, which are time consuming processes. Okay, so the basically our glands are the main glands we are discussed about here are pituitary gland, hypothalamus gland, thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, adrenal gland, pineal gland, reproductive glands. Okay, now we will discuss one by one what are the different functions of these, and they are just defining the base functions of hormones. Mainly the hormones are involved in the metabolic processes, they control the rate of chemical reactions, they help in the transportation of substances, they regulate water and electrolyte balances, and play a vital role in reproduction as well. Okay, and the major endocrine glands, what are the different endocrine glands here? So firstly we discussed about the pineal gland, and here the hypothalamus gland, the pituitary gland, the thyroid gland, the parathyroid gland, the thymus gland, adrenal gland, and pancreas, and ovary, and testes. Okay, so firstly we will discuss about the hypothalamus. So basically this is located in the basal part of the forebrain, and it has several groups of neurosecretory cells, and this part you I'm talking about the hypothalamus, and this is the hypothalamus portion. Okay, and the hormones originate from the hypothalamic neurons, pass through the axons, and released from their nerve endings. Okay, now the hypothalamus from the hormones from the hypothalamus are basically of two types. Firstly they are releasing hormones, and secondly they are inhibiting hormones. Now what are releasing hormones and what are inhibiting hormones? Mainly releasing hormone, it stimulates the secretion of pituitary hormone, example gonadotropin. Releasing hormone is stimulate release of gonadotropin from the pituitary. Okay, and inhibiting hormone, when the just secretion is very much higher and the body does not need it at that moment, then the secretion should be stopped, then the inhibitory hormone will release. Okay, somatostatin inhibits the growth hormone. As well as the growth hormone secreting in your body, then your height will be increasing, and as soon as it can stop, your height will just cut it out there. Okay, so the same thing the somatostatin does. Okay, so what second we will discuss about the pituitary gland, and this pituitary gland also known as the master gland here. Okay, and it is the smallest endocrine gland as well, and the hormone secreted by pituitary gland influence the secretion of other glands. Okay, and the pituitary gland also known as the master gland, and the hypothalamus known as the master gland. Okay, sorry. So it is because it controls the activity of other hormones and well, and is job to receive the messages about the neither particular hormone. So this is why the pituitary gland is very important gland. And thirdly we will talk about the pineal gland here, which is present in the dorsal side of forebrain. It secretes a hormone which is called melanostonin, and the functions of melatonin is what? The 24-hour rhythm of the body, it regulates this, it influences the metabolism, pigmentation, and the menstrual cycle in females as well, and it involves under defense capability also. Okay, and when we talk about the pituitary, and pituitary having the very complex the very complex functions which we have discussed not here, so you will just look at your book and it will a very vast function here. Okay, now we will just move to the thyroid gland which is present in the throat portion. It is the very largest endocrine gland located in the neck of the front of the wind line. And what is the role of this? If the deficiency of iodine in blood can lead to a disease called the goiter. The metabolic rate of the thyroid gland is regulated basically by what? It is regulated by iodine, and if the deficiency of iodine occurs, then it may be just lead to a disease called the goiter. Okay, and the role of the thyroxine. What is the role of the thyroxine? And thyroxine is a hormone which is released by it. Okay, this hormone helps in the regulation of the basal metabolic rate. They support RBC from formation, control metabolic carbohydrates and proteins and fats, and as well as they help in the maintenance of water and carbohydrate electrolyte too. Okay, so this is about the thyroid gland, and you can see here this is the four types of parathyroid gland is present here. There are four in numbers, and they are present the posterior side of the thyroid gland. And mainly the deficiency of the parathormone, which is secreted by the parathyroid gland, lead to the deficiency of the tantany, and it is basically the spasms of the muscular, maybe the cramps or as well. Okay, so next we will talking about the pancreas. Now pancreas, where the pancreas is present, pancreas are here. Okay, so pancreas are located near the liver basically, and the hormones secreted by pancreas are insulin, the glucogen. Okay, and what are insulin? I hope you all know that. And insulin are involved in the maintenance to maintain the sugar level in our body. So role of pancreatic hormone maintains the blood sugar level in the body. Insulin lowers the blood sugar level, and glucogen raises the blood sugar level. Okay, and they work accordingly to the need of the body. And the increased secretion of the glucose lead to diabetic mellitus, and it is defined as abnormal high glucose level in blood, which result in the release of sugar in urine and formation of toxic ketoic body. Okay, and the treatment insulin therapy or the insulin injections as well. Okay, hope just depend on the condition. Now we'll just go through and we will just miss one gland here, which is the thymus gland. And the body also possesses a gland which start functioning in the embryonic state itself, become active during the childhood, undergoes resection and gradually dysfunctions after adolescence. So basically this is a gland which remains very active in the embryonic stage, where the baby is inside the embryo as a form of the embryo, or inside the womb of a mother. It is very peak, and basically it provides the immunity to the body, and it's called thymus gland. And basically it just produces a hormone called the thymoxine hormone that that impart resistant to body, basically provide the same thing, which is the immunity. Okay, and we will just go through the next one here, that is the adrenal gland. Okay, they are also known as the emergency gland, and they are present at the top of the each kidney, and they just release the adrenaline hormone and the non-adrenaline hormone. And adrenaline hormone help in the defense of the body in emergency situations, and when the emergency situation is just over, then the non-adrenaline hormone just normals our body. Okay, and then that is how it works. Okay, and a very important type of hormone we can see. Okay, and now these the types of glands we will discuss up to now. These are same in male and females, but now we will discuss about the two different types of glands, which is different in male and female. The first type of gland, which is present in ovaries, they are only present in females and not in males. And testes is the same, as they are only present in males and not in females. Okay, so testes are two oval organs in the scrotum portion. The scrotum portion and the two oval organs are present. The hormone released by this is called testosterone, which controls the development of the second sexual character in males, such as the pubic hairs or the sperm maturation and etc. Okay, and the behavior also. Then ovaries are located in the pelvic region of the female body, and the hormone secreted estrogen and the progesterone. The hormone, in addition, the same as the testes, they control the secondary sexual characters of females, as well as the development of breast and the menstrual cycle, and the maturation of the ovum etc, and very the crucial role in the menstrual cycle and pregnancy. This is about the ovaries and the testes. And now this is about the endocrine systems, and this is the very last topic from your chapter number second. And so it is about this chapter. I will provide the worksheet related to this by tomorrow, and we will now discuss about the next chapter, maybe from the physics. I will let you know. So thank you.